Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Invest. Today we're diving into a hot topic in investing: why passively managed index funds consistently outperform actively managed funds. If you've ever wondered where to put your money for the best returns, stick around for some eye-opening stats and insights. Let's get started. First, let's break down the basics. Actively managed funds have a team of experts picking stocks, trying to beat the market. Sounds great, right? But passive index funds simply track a market index, like the S&P 500, aiming to match its performance. No stock picking, just following the market. So, why do passive funds often come out on top? Reason number one: fees. Active funds charge higher fees for those expert managers. According to a 2023 report from the Investment Company Institute, the average expense ratio for actively managed equity mutual funds was 0.66%, while passive index funds averaged just 0.05%. That's a 13-fold difference. Over decades, those fees compound and eat into your returns. For example, if you invest $10,000 over 30 years at 7% annual return, high fees could cost you tens of thousands compared to a low-cost index fund. Now, let's talk performance. The data is striking. S&P Global's SPIVA scorecard for 2024 shows that over the past 20 years, 88% of actively managed U.S. large-cap equity funds underperformed the S&P 500. That's right, only 12% beat the market. Even over shorter periods, like 5 years, 93% of large-cap active funds lag behind their index, according to a 2025 post on X by @World. This isn't just a U.S. trend. In India, S&P Dow Jones indices found that most actively managed funds underperformed their benchmarks over multiple time frames. Why does this happen? Active managers try to time the market or pick winning stocks, but it's incredibly hard to do consistently. A 2020 S&P Global study noted that even top-performing active funds have just a 20% chance of outperforming the next year. Plus, trading costs from frequent buying and selling add up, dragging down returns. Passive funds? They just ride the market's long-term upward trend. Here's another kicker: investors are catching on. By 2023, passive funds held $13.29 trillion in assets, overtaking active funds at $13.23 trillion, per Morningstar's 2024 report. That's a huge shift from 2010, when passive funds were just 19% of the market. Investors are pouring money into index funds because they're cheaper and deliver better results over time. So what's the takeaway? Passive index funds win for 3 big reasons: lower fees, consistent performance, and simplicity. You don't need to gamble on a fund manager's skill when the market's average return, about 10% annually for the S&P 500, beats most pros. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett even recommends low-cost S&P 500 index funds for regular investors. Will passive funds outperform active funds in 2025, just as they have in the past? No one knows the future, and you will have to decide where you choose to invest. That's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more educational videos about finance and investing in the future.